What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop and Fashion. I'm your host, Mr. Wayne. Hope you enjoyed your week, and I enjoyed mine. Had an excellent time at the Elijah Brimmer tribute basketball game where they honored Mr. Elijah Brimmer and also Mr. Donald, a contributor to Walter Alcorn basketball team. And so I want to give a special shout out to Take 4 and Al Anderson for a wonderful event that they put on. And man, it's already been announced they're doing it again January 17th, but Cohen Gym will not be big enough, so I'm assuming maybe the Lakefront Arena. So shouts out to them. But outside of that, we have us a very special guest in the building, an actor and a producer, Mr. Escalante Lundy. How you doing, sir?
Sir, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, and glad to have you here. For some of the viewing audience who may not know you by that name, they may know you by Big Fred.
Yeah, that could be true.
That could be true, man. You beat that dude up, dang, man. And you played in the Quentin Tarantino movie Django
Unchained. Yes,
Django
correct.
And amongst other movies and commercials. If you wouldn't mind letting the viewing audience know some of your other credits.
Previous, I've done movies like I did Left Behind, the Nicolas Cage movie. Television shows like Treme. So those were probably the biggest TV and film work that I've done to date, next to Django.
All right. And what was it like? Because in all honesty, before even meeting you, that was one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Reason being, outside of the entertainment part of it, how just unaware even the other gentleman were for. I can't remember his name. Titanic.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, they were they were looking at just the brutality that you and the other gentlemen were doing is just pure entertainment. And so being in that situation, I mean, what were your thoughts when you were put into that particular role? Like, how did you?
Initially it started. I had the audition. That'll give you a better idea how it happened. I had an audition August of 2011. And I got the call back when they bring back the top actors for a particular part. It was in November, the week before Thanksgiving. And normally the callback is within a week or two. But so I'm thinking it's a whole nother movie. My agent calls me and says, Quentin Tarantino wants to meet you.
Wow.
So I meet him at he was at the Fairmont Hotel. So I go over there and meet him and talk to him. And I walk into the room, and the first thing I remember him saying, because he's bigger than life.
Right.
Very gregarious.
Right.
He said, Escalante Lundy, it's great meeting you. I really enjoyed your tape. The thing I like about you is that you had a real character. You just didn't say what actors feel they have to say. I can see a real character. So we sat down and we talked like maybe 35 minutes. Mm-hmm. And one of the questions he asked me is that he told me what he was looking for in the character. This Big Fred was this gentle giant. Mm-hmm. Because of his size, he was forced to fight, but it's not his nature.
Right. It's
not something he would have done naturally, but because of his size, they made him do it. And he said, would I feel comfortable doing that part? Right. And I said, if I felt comfortable, something was wrong with me.
Right.
So, and that would say one of the reasons why he wanted an actor from the South, because, we have a better understanding of our history as far as what took place with a lot of people that are personally we descended from. So that's how it happened, and I trained for it. And then when I got on set, the strange thing, when I walked on the set the first day, it wasn't for the fight, just it was out in the field, and they were picking real cotton. They had people dressed as slaves, and they had the guys on the horse, the overseers. It felt like I stepped back 200 years, and I felt kind of comfortable.
Right.
So I trained with the fight coordinator about 2 weeks before we shot that scene. Uh-huh. And we shot that scene at Second Line Studios. Okay. And during the fight scene, I'm thinking, I'm fighting this guy, and to them it's like two human pit bulls fighting each other. It's not two human beings, and they making us fight basically to the death.
Right.
And at the end, I win the fight, but he throws the hammer at me.
Kill him.
I'm like, what more do you want? And then and I had to either I kill him or they kill me.
They kill you, and that's what I took from the scene.
Yeah.
Even it was such a powerful scene in the movie. Like, okay, well, finish him off, and your reward for that was a beautiful young lady. Like, really.
Yeah, too bad they didn't do it in the movie.
Right. Most definitely.
And a bottle of beer.
Right. A bottle of beer, and even aside from that, which I think that was the most one of the most powerful scenes in the movie, aside from the young lady getting whipped.
Yeah, it just showed the brutality. It's just a small bit of the brutality that slaves had to endure during that time with no recourse.
Right.
You know, there was no recourse. You had no rights. You were treated less than human. They treated you worse than they treated an animal.
Right.
You know, so and to just experience that in a movie, knowing that it's happened in real life on a much worse scale. Because once they say cut, it was over. And
it was over.
And I do the scene again, but there was no cut in slavery, so they had to just deal with it.